I wanted to make this video inside a house of God, but the Catholics won't let me in. I even asked the priest. Denied. The fact that I was cast out is kind of fitting for the video I'm about to make. So I get a lot of hate online, and it usually presents itself in the form of comments. But the worst ones, the most despicable, are direct messages. About a month ago, I got a particularly hateful one. Maybe it was the day or the state of mind I was in, but for some reason, it really got to me. It made me feel like a kid in a schoolyard when the bully corners you. You're by yourself and you're all alone, and I didn't want to feel that anymore. So I shared it with everyone. Now, I forgot to take the name off of it, and coming from a very kind place, some of you decided to do your own investigation work, taking the matter into your own hands without considering what I wanted. And when you do that to a marginalized person, you're not only putting them at greater risk, you're taking away their agency. Sometimes being an ally means asking permission to be an ally first. Now that you know all of that, I want to finish the story for you. All you Nancy Drews and Harriet the spies out there, you found out where this person worked. And you sent me that, so I did my own Googling. That person worked at a parish, not a Catholic one like Fort Knox back here. The house of God, nonetheless. So I did some more Googling, and I found out that this parish was getting a lot of praise for being a queer trans ally. Specifically the Reverend. I was sent screenshots of the communication between some of you and the Reverend. And this Reverend had my name and my contact information. So I waited to hear back from her. And I waited, and I waited. And I don't know why, but something today said, pick up the phone and call her. And so I did. I introduced myself, and I told her that I knew that she knew, that I knew, that we all knew what was going on. She sounded so surprised to hear me. I could tell she was scared, and her voice was filled with shame. I didn't want her to feel that, but I wanted to let her continue to talk. And what she said is that she didn't know what information she was allowed to share with me, and how to share information with me. She did let me know that a meeting took place between her and her board and this specific person, and that this specific person decided to resign of their own will. And the way she said it, I knew she thought that was the answer I was looking for. It wasn't, because I wasn't looking for an answer. Like most of us, I just wanted someone to hear me, like deep down, hear me. So I asked her, I said, now that this person is gone, have you thought about safety? She said, yes, we've thought about the safety of our parish and our parishioners. And I asked her in the kindest way I could at that moment. I said, did you think about the safety of me? And she said, no, I didn't. I could feel the humbleness in her voice. And I said, thank you so much for your honesty. I really appreciate it. I let her know that I'm a speaker and an educator, and that a lot of the people I talk to are, parishes and congregations. They put the rainbow flag up or the trans flag up in their church, not this church. I haven't been a practicing Catholic in a very long time, but I'm pretty sure they still don't do that. These Christian leaders, they put the right words and phrases on their website. And they say they're a safe space, but what are they doing? Once you put that flag up, what are you doing? Allyship, I told her, is an action word. It doesn't end once you hang a flag. Again, in the most humble way, the Reverend asked me, what could I have done? What should I have done? And what can I do? I said, in my case specifically, a phone call, first of all, make sure I'm okay. Let me know what actions have specifically been taken for my safety. Did you log it in your records? Did you contact the police? Is it on file? But most importantly, let me know what you're doing for all of those marginalized, vulnerable people you are welcoming, ushering in to your holy space. What are the next steps? What are the policies you're going to change? What are the policies you're going to make sure this doesn't happen again? And what are you going to do to constantly assure them of their safety? And she was so thankful for, my openness and my willingness, I guess. And I said that, the only reason I had the courage, I guess, to call you today is because I watched the Reverend Bud's speech, and I was so moved by her message of mercy and her just the kind nature just pouring off of her. And for some reason, after looking her up, I felt that this Reverend was like Reverend Bud. She had this Christ-like quality that made me comfortable enough to reach out to her. It was a conversation where we both listened to each other and we both heard each other. We both heard each other's hearts. And before she hung up with me, she said to me, she goes, "Can I have your permission to pray for you?" And I said to her, first of all, my husband is a Baptist. And even though I'm not a practicing anything, he prays for me every night. And I love it. And I told her, I said, it was the first time a Christian didn't use that against me. Because I usually get, "I'm going to pray for you." And that usually comes as a threat. It was also the first time anyone has asked my permission to pray for me. She said to me, "I'm going to pray for your safety." And I responded with, "Thank you for respecting my agency." Bye, everybody.